Hey, I'm Chef Troy Ellis, and welcome to my kitchen. You guys already know how much I love breakfast, but I really feel like breakfast is an undiscovered territory. I feel like chefs and restaurateurs really don't dive in and kind of create new and innovative dishes with breakfast. So that's what I'm going to do today. So today we're going to make a lovely soft scrambled egg with a wild boar sausage hash with roasted red peppers and onions and some wild mushrooms on top of a lovely butter brioche piece of toast. So let's get started. All right, so we got everything right here ready to go. So we got a lovely brioche right here that we're gonna slice. Got some wild mushrooms here, some roasted green peppers, roasted red peppers, an onion, and our eggs. And then what we have here is some lovely wild boar sausage. So what I'm gonna do is just simply slice this in a dice, and then what we're gonna do is gonna take this, put it in our pan, let this start to cook, and then we'll add our vegetables and the rest of our accompaniments. Okay, now we're going to take it to the pan. Now that we have our wild boar diced, I'm going to add it to our pan here with a little hot olive oil. Once it starts to caramelize brown, we'll add the rest of our vegetables. All right, we're now working on our brioche. All right, now that we have our wild boar on, we're gonna get ready on our brioche. So what we wanna do is actually make this is gonna be the foundation for our dish. So we're gonna slice it a little extra thick, and then we're gonna use a little bit of a smaller biscuit cutter to make a hole in the center. And then we're gonna toast it, and then when we put it on our plate, it's gonna hold our scrambled eggs in the center, and we'll put our boar hash around it. So what I'm gonna do is slice this a little extra thick right now. This is actually a great brunch dish because it incorporates everything. Your toast, your eggs, your breakfast meat, which is the sausage now. So I think this accompanies everything in one, but it's a nice little small compact package. So now that we have our brioche slice, I'm gonna take a little biscuit cutter. I'm just gonna make a little indentation. I don't wanna go all the way through. I just wanna kind of, and then what we're gonna do is take a little bit of it out. Like so. And you see, you have a little hole. And we're going to do this with the rest of them, and then we're going to put it in the oven to toast. So you see we have a brioche slice with the little indentations here. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of melted butter and just simply just go over it a little bit, just pat it dry, and then we're going to put it right in the oven to toast because we want this to be like toast. So you're having your eggs, sausage, and toast in the morning. So we're going to put this right in our oven. 5-6 minutes, and they'll be all nice and golden brown. Now we're going to add the rest of our accompaniments to our sausage hash. All right, so our boar is pretty much almost done, so we're halfway through. So we're going to start adding the rest of our stuff. But what I want to do real quick is just slice this onion. Just do a quick dice on this. Then we'll add this with the peppers and the mushrooms to our wild boar. And there we have it. It's all diced up. Let's go to the stove. As you can see, our wild boar is pretty much coming close to being done, so now we want to add everything else. So first our onions. Our roasted red pepper. A roasted green pepper, and our wild mushrooms. And all we want to do is let this cook down so our mushrooms soften and our onions become caramelized and translucent. And then we have a lovely hash to go with our scrambled eggs and our brioche. All right, our wild boar hash is pretty much almost done. Everything looks delicious. Our peppers, our onions, our mushrooms, our brioche, I can smell it. So I'm about to take it out of the oven. As you can see, got the nice golden brown toast on top. So we're gonna sit this aside to cool, get our eggs on, and then we're ready to plate it all up. All right, now that our wild boar hash is done and our brioche is out cooling, what I wanna do is just make our quick scrambled eggs. So what I have is 5 eggs with a little bit of milk. Just gonna whisk together real quick. And then what we're gonna do is take this over to our pan, make a nice soft scrambled egg, and then we're ready to plate this whole thing up. All right, now that our eggs are whisked, let's go to the stove. All right, so we have a pan here, a little saute pan with a little melted butter. We're gonna add our eggs. All right. What I like to do with my scrambled eggs, just check the temperature, is like as soon as they hit the pan, I like to move them. I don't like them to stay still. So what you want to do is you want to have a nice, beautiful yellow color, no brown. That means the eggs are burnt, so we don't want that at all. We just want a nice, beautiful colored egg. Then what we'll do is we'll salt and pepper them, just with a little salt and pepper when they're almost finished, and they'll be ready to plate this whole thing up. So as you see, our scrambled egg is almost done. As I keep moving it, notice the uniform color, no brown spots. That's what we want. Actually, at this point, a lot of times I like to do when it's pretty much almost done, I like to turn the flame off, and the heat from the pan will finish cooking the egg. And at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of salt and a pinch of pepper. Just a pinch of salt. I like to salt everything. Salt is the engine of flavor, I've said many, many times. And just a pinch of pepper. And there we go. Now that our eggs are done, hash is done, our brioche is done, it's time to go plate it up. So you see we have everything laid out. Got a plate here, so I got a piece of our brioche here in the center. So I'm going to take a little bit of our soft scrambled egg here and put it right in that little pocket that we created. Just like so. Don't be afraid to pile it a little high, because we want to see the egg like such. And what we want to do is, what I like to do is make a little bit of a line of our hash down the center here like this on the line right there. Take a little bit more of our hash. We'll just put a little bit right there on our egg. And somebody like myself who's a little hungry right now will add a little bit more, little hash right there. See the egg right there. And what I'm going to do, as any good chef would do, is you wipe your plate clean, because you eat with your eyes first. So you always want to make sure your plates are clean. The food looks appetizing, because people always look at the food before they eat it. And then you have a simple brunch dish. Soft scrambled egg, wild boar hash, on a nice piece of buttered brioche. This recipe and all my recipes can be found on my blog at troystaste.blogspot.com. If you have any catering or personal chef needs, you can contact me on my website at www.troystaste.com. Thank you guys for joining me, and we'll see you next time where we dive into breakfast.